This is the Myki Card, and it's an absolute mess.
Myki.
Victorian people have been sold
Is
a
Myki finally being overhauled for good? Plagued with troubles from day one.
Well, you managed not to
Arguably the most useless piece of plastic in Australia.
Myki.
The conduit ticketing system does not have genuine tap and go.
The Myki Card.
Why did the Andrews government rig the process to ensure Conduit won the contract?
$42 million Myki cards have been distributed since 2012, and millions of people have used it since its debut in 2008. It's 2023, and in November this year, Japan-based company NTT Data's contract will be touched off. And American-based company Conduit will be touching on. The Myki Card was developed by Camco. It replaced the Myki Card in 2008 and became fully operational by 2012. Establishment of the Myki Card commenced in late 2002, and in June of 2003, the Transport Ticketing Authority was established to manage the new system, with the first trial beginning on Geelong buses and later across Melbourne tram and train networks. From the beginning of 2012, Myki cards began to be phased out, with the yearly Myki cards being unavailable from 26th of March 2012. Then monthly and weekly Myki cards from 30th of June 2012. Value Myki cards were soon to be unavailable, with the single-use 2-hour, daily, City Saver and senior daily Myki cards still being used for an extended period of time. And finally, on the 29th of December 2012, Myki Card was officially switched off, and the Myki Card became the only valid ticket on the Melbourne transport system. And on the same day, every Myki Card equipment and ticket on the Melbourne train, tram and bus system was shut down for good and became invalid. In July of 2016, the Myki System was given an extension for 7 years under the Andrews Labor government. Commuters can purchase reusable smart cards from any station that is staffed, at any Myki machine, at almost any 7-Eleven store, as well as the PTV hub behind me, right here in Southern Cross Station. Myki Cards does include variants. Full fare for $6, concession, child and senior cards for $3. Once purchased, you'll need to top up a minimum of $1 to ride. Commuters touch on and off at card readers, where a certain fare is deducted from the Myki Card. If the fare for a trip is higher than the Myki Card balance, the card will be displaying a negative balance, which will not be able to be touched on again until it reaches a positive balance. On the 28th of March 2019, Mobile Myki was rolled out, where users were given an option to touch on using their devices. However, there was a catch. This was only available to Android users, so iPhone users aren't available. Okay, so now we are getting into the controversial part of Myki, failures and problems. The Myki system, as the media calls it, has been troubled since day one, which let's be frank, may be true.
The government has been left red-faced as glitches continue to plague Victoria's billion-dollar Myki ticketing project. The Andrews government is facing fallout over the Myki ticketing system.
Myki replaces Myki Card tomorrow night.
The then Public Transport Minister, Lynn Koski, was previewing to the media the Myki system. The preview revealed how notes struggle to be accepted in the machine, how the card reader is faulty, which ironically led to someone opening up the internals of the machine. Despite these embarrassments, more were to come, with the Myki system being delayed over and over again, as well as facing huge cost blowouts. It was originally projected Myki would cost 500 million Australian dollars, however, it ballooned to 1.5 billion dollars. There was also the issue of a short-term ticket. For any tourist who planned on a short visit, the Myki Card was a perfect option for them. However, having to purchase a reusable smart card ticket that you cannot refund is not an ideal option for a short visit. As well, the long-term question is that Myki cards expire after 4 years. There has never been an explanation on why the cards expire. However, important to note that the value on the card is transferable to a new card free of charge. Mobile Myki is a more recent improvement to the Myki system, intended to allow commuters to touch on and off without needing to own a physical card. However, there was a catch. Mobile Myki was only and still is only available to Android devices, with iOS users still being locked to using physical cards. Topping up your Myki card is a hassle as well. If you're ever in a rush and you don't have a balance in your Myki card, it takes way too long to top up your Myki card. Let's test that theory now. For example, let's say if I have to catch the 7:33 Sunbury train, that departs in say 2 minutes. I have $0 in my Myki card and I have to top that up quick. Now, and now we're just going to pay. Okay, we still have to wait for it to process. Still waiting. Then it asks for your seat. Takes way too long. Loading, and now you can run to this train. Please note that you still have to run onto the platform as well. As seen, it takes way too long to top up your Myki at the machines, and often most stations don't have any staff to do it for you. If you have no money, you're rushing for a train, you most likely will miss that train. It's been leaked that the Myki terminals have been ready for tap and go since 2021. However, the Victorian government declined tap and go. In 2021, it was reported that majority of Myki reader systems were certified by major debit and credit card companies to provide tap and go, and NTT data was ready as well to begin. Even the Department of Transport dropped plans for a trial. However, the Victorian government later declined for the trial to go ahead, scrapping tap and go. The government claims that the tap and go offered was not an adequate tap and go system, with the main problem being it only allowed full fare validations. However, in Queensland, they have a tap and go system called smart ticketing being rolled out. Smart ticketing hasn't been available for concession users and only will until the system has been fully implemented, forcing concession card holders to continue to use physical go-karts for the time being. Queensland's TransLink states, and I quote, "You will be able to travel on concession fares once the system is fully rolled out." End quote. In 2023, it's been 5 years since the rollout began, and full fare is the only viable option for tap and go, and maybe for the foreseeable future in Queensland. Here in Victoria, if we began this trial in 2021, this would have created much better convenience for many users as well as tourists already. Today, the Myki Card is one of Australia's worst performing ticketing systems, with various issues plaguing the system as described in this video. However, these are just a few key ones. NTT Data's contract, which is the current operator of Myki, contract is set to expire in November of 2023. The state government of Victoria is willing to overhaul the system, which is why on the 15th of May 2023, the then Public Transport Minister, Ben Carroll, announced the next operator of Myki.
For the past 16 years, we have had a card-based ticketing system under Myki. We will now reach the 21st century. They are a world-class company, world's best practice, mobility as a service. They're into smart payments, smart ticketing.
The Victorian government announced a $1.7 billion contract with Conduent for the next 15 years for them to revamp the entire Myki system, allowing tap and go on iPhones and bank cards. Key note, the Myki system will still have its name called Myki. Conduent runs ticketing systems around the world including Adelaide, Paris, Montreal, Mexico City, and the US state of New Jersey. However, the troubled Myki system won't leave peacefully, with losing contender Cubic accusing Conduent of misleading the Victorian government and is accusing the Victorian government of failing to provide an adequate bidding process. Cubic also claimed that their system would be $100 million cheaper. In 2019, Telstra announced it would be shutting down its 3G network from 30th of June 2024. The Myki machines and readers are on the 3G network and according to the Department of Transport are, and I quote, dependent on a 3G wireless network to function effectively. The Victorian government has been preparing to upgrade the system to 4G or 5G with the takeover of Conduent. Ultimately, the Myki Card could do with a huge amount of work, with many issues plaguing the system. Will this upgrade from the Victorian government 13 years after being first rolled out actually be effective? I guess all we can do is just wait and see.
Why did the Andrews government rig?
Myki is in dire need of an overhaul.
$1.7 billion overhaul.
Government ran a flawed tender process.
The Victorian people have been sold a pup.
Hi everyone, so thanks for watching this mini doco on the Myki Card. Just want to point out that not all the information about the Myki Card is included in this video. I have left some out or might have missed some. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Myki Card, if it's that bad or maybe you actually guys like it. So thanks everyone for watching. Cheers. If you're ever in a rush and you don't have a balance in your Myki Card, so if I stand here, ready? There was also the issue of a short-term ticket for them. NTT, current operator of Myki, its contract is set to expire. Its contract is set to expire in November of 2023, which is why on the 15th of May 2020, which is why on the 15th, or do I face the door, or I face like the corridors or something? I sit here with the light. Testing 1, 2.
1 hour later.
Tap and go since 2021. Ready? Oh, actually no, go cinema. Now we'll wait for it. want to be in the middle. Commuters can purchase, as well as the PTV hub behind me, right here in Southern Cross.